After reading some of the comments on my second relay video, I was shocked to find that some people thought I was trolling, that I was sabotaging the team, and even that I was outright evil. I'm here today to clear my name of these false claims. To do this, I'll be looking at the advice given in Mecha's excellent Fire Emblem Pitfalls videos, and I'll be demonstrating how I put all of it into practice. Joining me as we go through this video will be Setsuna.
I'll just be here.
She's been making an effort to fall into fewer pitfalls, right?
I'll do my best.
Alright, let's start watching.
Hey guys, this is Mecha. Welcome to part 1 of my Fire Emblem Pitfalls series, where I'll be talking about things that Fire Emblem players tend to do that might seem like a good idea, but actually are not. Number 1 on the list is hoarding. Let's say you're playing Fire Emblem and you find a very powerful item with a limited amount of uses. A lot of players will opt to try their hardest not to use that item, even when it would be beneficial. Lots of Fire Emblem maps are very large and have a ton of enemies to go through, so save yourself the headache as well as some time and just use 1 or 2 warp staff uses to take a shortcut. If you're thinking to yourself, is it worth using this now? The answer is generally yes.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
At number 2 we have not using pre-promotes. Early game in Fire Emblem, you generally have 2 ways to deal with enemies. You can either sick 3 different characters on one of those annoying bandits, or you can just have your pre-promotes paladin do it in 1 round. I get that it can be more fun to build a unit from the ground up and watch them grow into a powerhouse, but
Lady Hinoka.
try not to underappreciate the value of a promoted unit that joins battle ready. Number 3 is promoting at level 20. Let's look at the advantages of promoting early. It makes your unit a lot more powerful a lot sooner. The promotion gains alone amount to about 3 to 5 level ups that you're making use of much sooner. Not to mention access to new weapon types or more movement.
Wow, nice!
Are these short-term benefits you get from promoting really worth passing up over maybe 1 or 2 extra levels at the end of the game? At number 4, we've got not using dancers. They are frail, usually have less mobility than most of the cast, and their offense is generally non-existent.
That was close!
The crazy strategies you can pull off with dancers are just so many. Enable fancy quick finishes of chapters with the warp and rescue staffs. A dancer will usually add more to your party than your 10th best fighter, or even your best fighter. Now at number 5, we've got making use of the rescue and trade commands. Dancers make great recipients for this kind of strategy, and the place where you might want them to dance isn't always the place where you want them to be on enemy phase. So have them dance, then pick them up and drop them further ahead, so their dance is more effective next turn.
I see.
Trading is another good thing that characters can do. It usually doesn't even cost your turn of attacking if you do it properly. At number 6 we have always training the main characters. Recent Fire Emblem games have taught us all that the main character is awesome, especially if they're self-inserts. It makes a lot of sense to make required units really powerful, because otherwise they would be a drag to use all game long. But did you know there's a couple of units in older Fire Emblem games that are disguised as important to your success, when they're really actually more trouble than they're worth? At number 7 we've got using 1 unit of every class. Not all Fire Emblem classes are created equal. In fact, the class system is very imbalanced. The best example of this are the Cavaliers and Paladins. They are so much better than the infantry classes like Mercenary and Fighter. They have more weapon types, more movement, and all the advantages that come with being mounted.
Wow!
The infantry classes would have to be way better at combat to compensate for this. And oftentimes they don't even come close. What's more, the increased flexibility of a mounted unit means that even if their combat isn't sufficient, they can usually still find a purpose on the battlefield, such as varying other units. Chances are, if you're already using 4 paladins, they were a good choice, and you shouldn't hesitate about adding a 5th. That's going to be it for part 2.
All done.
So as you can see, I successfully avoided all 7 Fire Emblem pitfalls. This means I made only the best possible decisions as the most responsible member of the team.
You're pretty good at that.
Hopefully, the others can learn just as much from these videos as Setsuna did today, and put all these practices into action. So Setsuna, are you ready for the quiz? You're not?
Oops, I slacked off.
Well, my name is Bulk, and I am bad at life. See you guys in the next round.